That's great.
Before I start, first I want to thank everybody for coming, and I know that these are kind of strange times, the way we do things and kind of have to get together and do awards and whatever, but it is what it is. But just thank you for being here, for being a special friend for David, and to support him in this just kind of an amazing journey that you've taken, and to be here today with us for Labor Finders and for Hill Properties and your family and everybody, for yourself, right? You know, nearly 50 years ago, my father started this business, Labor Finders, and he started the business with the premise of changing people's lives. And you know, as I read your story and see the person that you are, this has really been about changing somebody's life. And this isn't just about us, you know, because we were just kind of we were in the right place, both of us were in the right place at the right time, right? Just to be able to kind of connect up and for the team here to be able to be part of your journey, to help change your life and support you. But what has really taken place here is what's within you, and who you are, to be able to get through this, you know, these life struggles and to get into a better place in your life, right? And so we are so grateful for your contribution to Labor Finders, and we're grateful that you now have a new family and a new home. And there could not be anything that is, and I haven't even started yet, right? Once I get going, you know, but there's nothing that is more sort of touching for us than for somebody to go and get full-time employment. When we see somebody make that journey, and we're so happy to have that connection that got made for you, and I know you're doing an amazing job for these folks. You know, hear it, and so we're just super appreciative, right? You ready to start? Yeah. Or we think we're done? We're not done. We're not done yet. So it's just a pleasure to be here. My name is Jeff Burnett, and I'm President and CEO of Labor Finders International. We're based in Florida, and this is Amit Singh, who is president of our company. And I want to thank the team that's here. Gina, I want to thank you for making the submission. I want to thank you guys for being present today, and the friends and the workers and everybody that you are working with. Thanks for coming today, because it means you know, absolutely everything. And a little bit of a brief history, as I mentioned, you know, Labor Finders is almost 50 years old now, and we were formed in 1975, and so we're just bumping up on 50 years, which is pretty cool. We are the oldest and largest labor staffing company in the United States, and we're pretty proud of that. And it's because of the caring people that we have, like our team and our staff here, that care for their people and really want to make a difference in those people's lives. And that's where our success is, because when we change people's lives, like we change your life, and we're thrilled. And that's what you know, kind of brings us to work every day. I mean, man, I'm getting all choked up, okay? But it's something for us. It really makes a difference. It's what gets us up every day. We operate almost 200 offices across the country, and we're proud of where we've been and where we're going. And our strength just comes from locally owned and operated offices like we've got right here in Chico. We take pride in providing exceptional customer satisfaction and treating our employees with respect. And we can give great customer service and satisfaction, because we've got remarkable people like yourself. We employ over, you gotta get this now, okay? We employ over 80,000 temporary associates, and we receive hundreds of nominees for this award. To be chosen as the Employee of the Year demonstrates the exceptional person that you are. This year's contest was extremely competitive. There were many captivating entries that rose to the top of this impressive field of our associates, which proves that our employees are the best in the industry. Managers submitted their candidates by explaining why their temporary associates deserve to be honored for this inspirational award. Some key points that some of our managers commented on about some of our top associates. They're flexible. We don't mean this flexible. They have a hard work ethic. They have stellar attendance. They are positive people, and they make us proud servicing our customers in work that sometimes is very grueling. Not always easy, is it? Yeah. That's why they call it work. Nearly all of our top contenders of this year's Employee of the Year had glowing comments from customers and their local Labor Finders team members. Every office has their star performers, but the winner has to be a superstar. Each candidate's story is compelling, and some move the judges to tears. The judges' goal was to find the perfect employee. We at Labor Finders appreciate Eugenia for taking the time to explain with so much enthusiasm why you entered your superstar associate, David. This is not normally the case, but I'm going to read to you Gina's submission. So bear with me with this if you haven't read it, because this is pretty cool. Normally I only read this in part, but because it was incredible, I'm going to read it in full. She titled it Paradise Lost and Found, Rising Up from the Ashes. To rise like a phoenix from the ashes, in this case, the catastrophic Camp Fire, the national disaster that was in Paradise, California, takes a person with enormous fortitude. Although David and some of his immediate family lost everything to the fire, his attitude was surprisingly positive. After the fire, he has been staying with relatives in the San Francisco Bay Area, but he truly wanted to find work near his burned hometown of Paradise. You needed to get back home. The Labor Finders Chico office immediately placed David in a janitorial position where he was responsible for the upkeep of a 15-person mobile base camp that housed and fed those who were working on the massive post-fire cleanup phase of the rebuilding of Paradise. Along with David, the Chico office placed around 200 employees to work at the site. It's not your son, is it? Just checking. At the end of the project, David was the last man standing, assisting with the teardown and the cleanup of the mobile camp. It was easy to place David in several other projects, ranging from palletizing heavy bottles of liquids and then as a driver shuttling vehicles between locations hundreds of miles apart. For the past year, David has been working at a long-term position as a skilled painter and is now training new employees at Hill Properties. On discovering that Labor Finders was awarding our yearly Employee of the Year awards, Sean Kuhn, the maintenance supervisor for Hill Properties, wrote an in-depth letter praising David. Quote unquote, "I really feel the need to raise my hand high and say mine. I need you to recognize my Labor Finders team member, David Astrup." Is that a correct pronunciation? Astrup. Should have asked you that before we started. Sometimes you don't get it right. Some of the points Sean made were: David is responsible for painting the interiors and exteriors of hundreds of apartments, coordinating with our residents and maintenance staff, filling out in-depth reports, training other employees to use our online record-keeping system. Sean also noted that around March of this year, David was involved in a car crash that totaled his car. The following day, David met with Sean and said, "I don't have a car right now, but I'm going to figure it out." Sean never heard of the hardship again, but he did daily monitor the situation. David so ingrained himself into our team that over the course of the next 4 months, our team members happily went out of their way to get him from point A to point B. And Sean said, "Why?" Because David is an amazing and selfless person himself. Sean finished in his letter by saying, "I deeply appreciate that Labor Finders work so hard to find, cultivate, and provide such amazing talent to our workforce like David." Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome.
On Thanksgiving of 2020, David brought the Chico office a very special gift. A handwritten letter of thanks and explanation of what his partnership with Labor Finders has meant to him. Pause for a minute. This young man was teetering on the edge when he met the staff at a job fair in April of 2019. To say that 2018 was a rough year was an understatement. He lost 4 family members. Then he had a tough time that he had to work through. And then his hometown was destroyed by the Camp Fire. What is truly remarkable is that David credits the Chico office staff for saving his life. You helped me reach my goals and regain a sense of inner peace that I haven't had for years. I am forever grateful to have met you all. David, over the course of the last 2 years, has logged in 3,500 hours. Simply amazing. Thanks for your submission, Gina.
You're welcome. He deserves it.
It's awesome. But you have to have an awesome submission with an awesome person, right? So, this brings me to why we are here today. It is to acknowledge you, David, as the winner of the 2021 Labor Finders Employee of the Year Award. David, as the best of our temporary associates, I want to personally thank you for being an incredible team member of Labor Finders and for treating customers and your fellow workers with respect and leadership every day. I'm here to present you with this commemorative plaque acknowledging your achievement along with a check of $1,500. I know you already cashed the check. Pretend for a minute you have. Employee of the Year, 2021, David Ostrup, Chico, California. You've raised the bar for all of us. Hold that for just a second. Now, can you hold on to that one? You can't cash that, by the way. It's not. There we go. Hold on to that for just a second. And there is more. You will receive recognition in the national news media via press releases, also through social media, on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Google+, and our Labor Finders website. In addition to our own Employee of the Year Award, we are submitting your name to our National Trade Association, the American Staffing Association's Employee of the Year Award competition.
Nice.
The Labor Finders Employee of the Year Award is a wonderful way for Labor Finders to recognize the very best of the best. Congratulations, David, for your hard work, your dedication, and your commitment to Labor Finders. You are the best of the best, and we are grateful. On behalf of 200 offices nationwide, over 80,000 temporary employees, yeah, you got that right, that was over 80,000 people you got picked. Good for the time for the lottery tonight. Over 800 internal team members, hundreds of thousands of customers. It is my distinct pleasure to honor you today, and importantly, to shout out a very big thank you for being such an important member of our team. Thank you.